Magandang araw po sa lahat. Ito po si Teacher Bong para sa ating iTuro. Ang ating pong subject ngayon ay Mathematics 6th, Quarter 2, Week 3, Lesson 2. Ang ating pong competency ay galing sa K-12, solves routine and non-routine problems involving finding the percentage, rate, and base using appropriate strategies and tools. Ang ating pong code ay M6NS-IID-143. So ngayon po, as a recap, ito yung ating lesson nakaraan sa lesson 1. Yung percentage, rate at saka base, meron tayong triangle dito of our formula. Na ang percentage na nasa taas, rate and base, yung nag-share ng ating nasa ibaba. So, ganito yan. Si percentage, para makuha mo to, i-times mo si rate and base. Ito yun. Then, yun namang rate, para ma-solve mo to, you have to divide si percentage at saka si base. Ito yun. Then, yung ating base, kung ito nawawala, you divide percentage with rate. So, ito po yan. Now, ano yung mga techniques natin in solving problems with percentage, rate, or base? Katulad ng diniscuss natin last time, ito yung pinakamadaling paraan. Okay? As a guide lang muna. Sa percentage, rate, tsaka base is equals to less than, then percent sign, greater than. Yung less than na ito, yan, that is the percentage kasi ang percentage is always less than ng base. In normal situation, ang percentage ay laging mas kakaunti kumpara sa base. So, yun namang nasa gitna, ito yun, percent sign, yan yung rate. Kasi ang rate is always the percent. And yung base naman, greater than sign, dahil ang base ay laging mas malaki kumpara sa percentage. Dahil kinuha lamang sa base yung percentage. Parang doon sa fraction na pinag-uusapan natin last time. Na ang fraction ay yung percentage. Pero yung kabuuan is the base. Kumbaga, ito si numerator, ito si denominator. Okay? Number 2, refer to the problem-solving lesson. So, meron tayong problem-solving lesson. Maglalagay lang tayong link below. Ano ba yung mga dapat tandaan doon? A, encircle the given. Letter B, underline the problem to be solved para hindi tayo nalilito. So, alam na natin yan, no? Number 3, 100% is always the whole. So, wala pong 100, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Basta ang 100%, yan yung kabuuan lagi nung isang bagay na pinag-uusapan natin. Either number yan, tao yan, quantity yan, is always the 100% ang kabuuan. Now, percentage at saka base naman ay similar with ratio and proportion. Habang ang ratio ay sa isang, sa ratio and proportion, dalawa yan, no? So, sa isa, kapag tumataas yung isa sa mga given, tumataas din yung kabila. The same is true with the base, tsaka percentage. Habang tumataas yung percentage, means lumalaki din yung base. Kapag bumababa ang base, bababa din yung percentage. Now, number 4, always convert the percent to decimal. So, maglalagay tayo ng link below dun sa lesson natin nung nakaraan tungkol dito. So, sa letter A tsaka letter B tayo, yung moving the decimal. Kapag percentage at tsaka base ang ating sinusolve, remember, ang gagawin natin lagi sa ating percent sign, maging katumbas ito is yung 100, di ba? Kaya percentum. Lagi nating move ang decimal place nito sa left, from right to left. Kapag involve ay percentage at saka base. Pero, kapag sa pinag-uusapan natin ay rate ang hinahanap, remember, always, sa final answer natin, nag-move tayo from left to right ng dalawa dahil percentum pa rin. Hundreds, ibig sabihin, dalawang decimal places. So, yan. Bago natin lagay yung percent sign. So, wag natin kakalimutan yun, ha? Percentage and base from right to left. Kapag ka-involve yung ating percent sign, yung ating rate. Pero kapag ka naman rate ang hinahanap, sa dulo nito, kung ano man na makuha mong answer, you have to convert it into percent. And you can do it sa pamamagitan ng pag-move from left to right ng ating decimal place. Then, lalagyan natin yung percent sign. Now, dun sa example natin sa routine problem solving with percentage, rate o kaya ng base. Makabayan Elementary School have 425 pupils enrolled. If 12% are grade 6 pupils, how many pupils are expected to graduate at the end of the school year. So, ito yung problem natin. So, mayroon tayong Makabayan Elementary School. Yan. So, for this purpose ay ating pong sundan yung mga napag-usapan natin sa word problem. Ano yun? Encircle lahat ng given. Either yan ay figure o kaya words. In this case, ang mga given numbers natin ay 425 para dun sa pupils and 12% para dun sa grade 6. Hindi ko binilog yung 6 dito kasi referring this one with noun. Grade 6 pupils ito. Okay? So, in-underline ko yung how many pupils are expected to graduate kasi yun ang pinaka-problem na isosolve natin. Ilan daw lahat ang mag-graduate, yung expected mag-graduate. Kung 425 yung mga estudyante, 12% dito ay grade 6, ilan yung mag-graduate sa katapusan? Siyempre, logically speaking, sa elementary school, ang graduation always occur pagka nasa grade 6 na sila. Okay? So, with that being said, lagyan natin mga given. So, 425 na pupils, 12% are grade 6. Now, ang next nating step. Next step, yung ating number sentence. So, how do we write the number sentence? Kung naalala ninyo, sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, ito yung unang-una nating number, no? Na ang percentage, rate, tsaka base, susulat natin yan, then always, ito yung ating, kumbaga, clue. Less than, then percent sign, then greater than. Laging mas maliit ang percentage kumpara kay base in normal situation. Of course, may mga deviation dito. No? Kapag halimbawa is nag-exceed sa 100%. Okay? Tapos, ang ating rate is the percent sign. Yung may percent sign. So, tingnan natin mabuti dito. So, titingnan natin ay percentage, rate, tsaka base. Tingnan natin. Yung 425, ano ba yun? Sabi nga dito, 425 are pupils enrolled. Saan? Sa Makabayan Elementary School. Hindi nito binanggit o sinabi kung ano ba yung hindi kasama. Basta sinabi nga, mga estudyante sa Makabayan Elementary School. Meaning, that is the total number ng mga estudyante. So, that is the base because that's the total, kabuuan, the whole. So, 425. Then, meron tayo ditong percent sign. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung rate, 12%. Therefore, ang rate at saka base ay reflected, nakikita natin. Ang nawawala ay percentage. So, alam naman natin kung paano isolve ang percentage. Using our triangular formula, so, ang percentage is equals to rate times base. Therefore, kung yan ang gagawin natin, so, ang ating percentage is equals to 12% times 425. Yun ang ating number sentence, no? So, paano natin yan solve? So, ito yung sinasabi ko last time, yung tungkol dun sa percentage at saka sa base. Always, sa percentage at saka sa base, kapag nag-appear ang rate, you have to convert it into decimal by moving na sa 2 places to the left, going to the left, no, papuntang kaliwa. Tatandaan natin yon. Okay? Then, pagka nagawa mo na yon, you can drop yung percent sign. Then, times 425. So, kapag kaya na i-multiply natin, ang magiging sagot is 51. Okay? 51 decimal, then 2 0. So, therefore, di ba, napag-usapan naman natin, kapag zeros na, yung after ng decimal, we do not write it anymore. So, magiging 51 na lang ito. Yan. Now, do we answer, nakapag-answer na ba tayo ng question? Yung tanong kanina, how many pupils are expected to graduate at the end of the school year? Is this the answer? Ang sagot, hindi pa. Why? Remember yung pinaka-rule natin. The answer sa isang problem solving, lalo na kung talagang meticulous natin sasagutin, is dapat sinasagot niya yung talagang question. Ang tanong is, how many pupils are expected to graduate? So kung nalagay mo lang 51, what is 51? You have to identify it. There are 51 grade 6 pupils. So yun na expected to graduate. So yun yung ating pagsagot ng routine problem solving. Napag-usapan din natin before, kapag routine problem solving, it happens in real life. No? Ito ay mas madaling nangyayari at nangyayari talaga in reality. Now, mag-discuss naman tayo ng example ng non-routine. So, non-routine problems na hindi talaga nangyayari, pero may tsansa na matuto tayo mula dito as a way of getting example lamang. Kaya tinawag silang non-routine. So, with that, example natin ay, Jerry ate 15 grapes in the fruit basket. If this equals to 10% of the grapes, how many grapes are there at the start? Kasi in reality, hindi naman natin binibilang sa percentage yung mga grapes. We always just count them, di ba? So, matatawag natin non-routine ito. So, si Jerry daw, okay, ay kumain ng grapes. So, therefore, rule natin number 1, ating underline yung ating question, then always encircle lahat ng given. O, di ba? Mas madali ngayon natin matitrace kung ano yung hahanapin natin, kung percentage ba, kung rate ba, o base ba. So, ang given natin, there are 15 grapes, at saka 10% nito ay eaten by Jerry. So, therefore, okay, with that being said, punta tayo sa ating number sentence. So, sa percentage, rate, base natin, yung napag-usapan last time, less than si percentage, rate is percent sign, then base is always greater than the percentage. So, si percentage, rate, tsaka base, lalagay natin ganyan, then identify natin. Ano kaya yung hahanapin natin? So, walang question. Dahil may percent sign to, ito na yung rate. So, wala tayong kahirap-hirap. Now, yung percentage. Ano ba yung nakalagay dyan, yung 15? Is it the percentage or is it the base? Refer natin sa buong question. Jerry ate 15 grapes. Kinain daw ni Jerry yung 15 grapes sa fruit basket. If this equals to 10% of the grapes, how many grapes are there at the start? Sa simula daw, may kabuuang bilang ng grapes. So kung may kabuuang bilang ng grapes, therefore, may kabuuan, whole. Yung base, yun yung nawawala. Kasi ang 15 ay part lamang yun ng kabuuan. So 15 will become the percentage. Since nakuha na natin yan, balik tayo dun sa ating formula. So percentage, rate, tsaka base. So kung nawawala is base is equals to percentage divided by rate. Then, lagay natin. So, si ating base, yan, is 15. Okay? Divided by 0.10 or 10 hundredths. Now, remember, sa discussion natin last time, kapag percentage at saka base yung ating pinag-uusapan, yung rate is always ginagawa nating decimal. Okay? At ang movement nito is always from right going to left. Kaya yung 10, di ba? Ito yon, yung 10. Nag-move yan ng 1, 2. Yan. Kaya naging siyang, yan, 10 hundredths. Then afterwards, let's proceed with the solution. 15 divided by 10 hundredths. So alam naman natin yung pagdi-divide kung papaano ng decimals, no? So ang sagot dito is 150. So this is not yet the answer. Because 150, yes, yung masasabi nating basic answer, pero we have to complete yung ating answer. At ano yung complete na answer natin? There are 150 grapes at the start. So, ganito yung pagsosolve ng percentage, ng rate, at saka ng base. Okay? So, refer tayo doon sa ating competency. Solves routine and non-routine problems involving finding the percentage, rate, and base using appropriate strategies and tools. Ito po si Teacher Bong nagsabing stay home and stay safe. Salamat po sa pakikinig.